Good morning students, welcome to the class. So this is the 13th video on groups. In this video we are going to study about some more theorems on normal subgroup. Let us take one theorem here. The statement is n is a normal subgroup of G if and only if the product of two right cosets of n in G is again a right coset in G. Take proof. Suppose that n is a normal subgroup of G, then we have to prove that here product of two right cosets of n in G is again a right coset of n in G. Let us take here two right cosets. Let NA and NB be two right cosets of n in G. Let us consider a product NA into NB is equals to n into, let us take these two is here together, associative law an into b. This n into an is same as na because here we have studied one property. This is an is equals to na. So this is the property of a normal subgroup here. So this is equals to, we can open this bracket, it is n into ab. Again we know one of the property of a normal subgroup, n into n is equals to n. So this is n into ab. So again what it is? So a and b are any, this is again here n into ab is again a right coset. So which is again a right coset of n in G. Next we have to prove it is conversely. Suppose that na into, take this one as equation number 1, na into nb is equals to nab. And we have to prove that here n is a normal subgroup. Then we have to prove that n is a normal subgroup of G. So again we know the normal definition of a normal subgroup is G inverse belongs to n or it is contained in n. For all G belongs to G, let us consider G inverse is equals to this, we can take here into E because here E into anything is the same number, that is E into G is G only, n into G inverse as it is. So this is which contains, which is contained or a subset of n into G into n into G inverse. Because here we know E is a E belongs to n because E is the entity element which belongs to the normal subgroup n and G is an element of G, and this implies here E into G belongs to n into G because, so we know here this is from the definition of a normal subgroup here. Definition of a normal definition of a normal subgroup is if H belongs to H and G belongs to G, then GH is belongs to GH, capital G and H. So here it is n and G, therefore it is contained or equal to n into G. This is EG in place of E. This EG is contained in NG and this n into G inverse as it is. So but from equation number 1 here, what we have here, so let us apply the same condition here. Here we have n into NA into NB is equals to NAB. No? Let us consider here NG into NG inverse is equals to, according to this it is n into G inverse. So take this one as equation number 2 and we know this is n into G inverse is E and n into E is n again. So thus from equation number 2 here what we can say, this G inverse here, G inverse is contained in NG inverse. No? So it is again contained in what here? N. So which is contained in NG inverse and it is equals to n. So this implies here G inverse is contained or equal to n for all G belongs to G. So this is the definition of a normal subgroup we know here. Hence n is a normal subgroup of group G. Let us take one more theorem. It is exactly same as the previous one. So instead of right coset, here we have a left coset. This you can prove yourself, but simply I am explaining this thing. So if n is a normal subgroup of G, if and only if the product of two left cosets of n in G is again a left coset of n in G. Sometimes they may ask these two theorems together, left or right. In that case you write any one, both are same in that case here. So let us say everything is same. It is just like a previous theorem. In place of right coset, here it is left coset. First suppose that n is a normal subgroup of G. Again we have to prove that the product of two left cosets of n in G is again a left coset. It is not a right coset. It is a left coset. It is left coset of n in G. Let an and bn be two left cosets of n in G. Let us consider an into bn is equals to a into n into b into n. N into b is bn into n, because n into b is equals to bn. So this is equals to a into b n into n. So again we know here n into n is n, because n is a normal subgroup. So an into bn is equals to ab into n. Take this one as equation number 1. So again we know here this is again a left coset. So it is again a left coset of n in G. And conversely, suppose that you consider this one and you prove n is a normal subgroup. Suppose that here an into bn is equals to ab into n. Next we have to prove that n is a normal subgroup. So for that let us consider for all G belongs to G, Gn G inverse is equals to, again we can take this one as E. E into G is again E, G only, no? So E into G, this n into n into G inverse as it is, which is contained in again. So as we have done in previous case here, E belongs to n, G belongs to G, implies here E into G belongs to n into G. So this is belongs or contained. We can write here this EG is contained in NG, and this n into G inverse as it is. Take this one as equation number 2. So but from equation number 1 here, so in equation number 1 we have an into bn is equals to ab into n. No? Consider the same thing here. N into G inverse is equals to n into G inverse according to this one here. So n into G inverse. This is equals to here, this is equals to n into E, and it is equals to n. This implies here Gn G inverse is contained or equals to n into G inverse. So this is again what here, see here n into G inverse is contained or equals to here n into G inverse, and from this we can say that it is equals to n. So this is equals to n. So this implies here Gn G inverse is contained or equals to n for all G belongs to G. Hence n is a normal subgroup of G. So that is what we can say here. The product of two left coset is again a left coset if and only if the given group is normal subgroup. Take one more theorem. The intersection of two normal subgroup of G is again a normal subgroup of G. Let us take two normal subgroups. Let n and n dash be the normal subgroups of G. Since the intersection of two subgroups is a subgroup, this we have done here. Intersection of two subgroup is again a subgroup. So let us, since it is a normal subgroup, so first it is subgroup, after that it is a normal subgroup. So according to this, what we can say here, this implies n intersection n dash is a subgroup of G, because of intersection of two subgroup is again a subgroup. Next we have to show that this is normal here. To show that n intersection n dash is a normal subgroup of G, let us consider here, let G belongs to G and n belongs to n intersection n dash be orbital. Let us take two elements here. This implies here n belongs to n intersection n dash means it belongs to both. So this is what here, this is n belongs to n intersection n dash means here n belongs to n and n also belongs to n dash, and means it is compulsory, it belongs to both. So this implies here n belongs to n and n belongs to n dash. So this implies here, so since here n is a normal subgroup, it is given they are normal subgroups. So if n belongs to n, then n inverse is also belongs to n, and this n inverse belongs to n dash, because both are normal subgroups for all G belongs to G. So this implies here n inverse belongs to, it belongs, this is, they are same, n inverse only belongs to both n and n dash. So this implies here n inverse belongs to, it belongs to both means it also belongs to, it also belongs in their intersection n dash for all G belongs to G, and n belongs to n intersection n dash. So hence this is the definition of a normal subgroup here. Hence n intersection n dash is a normal subgroup of G. Let us take one more theorem. The product of any two normal subgroup of a group G is a subgroup of G. Here you have to take product of two normal subgroups. Let N and M be any two normal subgroups of G. Let us consider the product N into M. N into M is equals to Nm for all such that N belongs to N and M belongs to M. Since N is a normal subgroups, it contains entity element, and M is also a normal subgroup, it also contains entity element E. So E belongs both N and M. This implies E into E is equals to E. It belongs to their product here, because here we have defined N into M as like this here, N into M. So this implies here Nm is non-empty, means at least it contains the entity element. This product of two normal subgroup contains at least one element, that is the entity elements. It contains more elements also. Next, to show that Nm is a subgroup of G. So for that, let us consider two elements here, A comma B belongs to Nm, be arbitrary. So other than entity element, it contains two more elements here, A and B, which belongs to Nm. Now clearly A is equals to N1 M1, because here this is Nm. Nm is the set which contains the elements in the form of N into M. So where N belongs to N and M belongs to M. So here also you have to take here, see, if A belongs to Nm means it should be in the form of N and M only. So consider here A is N1 M1 and B is N2 M2. These two are the elements which belongs to the set N. Let us consider, because we want to prove this one as a subgroup now. So for that we have to prove if A comma B belongs to H, then AB inverse belongs to H is the necessary and sufficient condition for a group to be normal, only subgroup it is. So for that, let us consider AB inverse is equals to, so A is what here, N into M1, B is N into M2 whole inverse. So this is N1 M1 as it is. N to M2 whole inverse is equals to M2 inverse N2 inverse. So this we know here. This we know. This AB whole inverse is equals to B inverse A. This we can call it as a reversal property. This you studied. So it is M2 inverse N2 inverse. So and this one is N1 into E I will take here, because N1 into E is N1 only, into E. This M1 into M2 inverse and this N2 inverse as it is. This is N1 into this one E here. This instead this E I will write as N2 inverse N2, because N2 inverse N2 is again entity element, and this remaining element as it is M1, M2 inverse and N2 inverse as it is. So again we can combine these two elements, N1 into N2 inverse, and this take N2 here, N2 into M1 M2 inverse into N2 inverse. So this is equals to N, because here we know N is equals to N1 N2 inverse which belongs to N, and M is M1 M2 inverse which belongs to M, because they are normal subgroups. Normal subgroups, they are groups also, subgroups also. So therefore it implies here it is like this here. Let us take this one as here, N1 N2 inverse as N and M1 M2 inverse as M. This is N and this is N2 as it is. This is M and N2 inverse. So now this is N into, we can take this one as here, we can take this one as a M here, because M is a normal subgroup. So for all N2 belongs to N, that is N2 belongs to G, and for all M belongs to M, M dash is equals to N2 M, N2 dash inverse which belongs to M. So this implies here AB inverse is equals to N into M dash, where N belongs to N and M dash belongs to capital M. So this implies here N M dash, this one N M dash belongs to, N belongs to capital N and M dash belongs to capital M. So N into M dash which belongs to N M. This implies AB inverse belongs to N M for all A comma B belongs to N M. Hence N M is a subgroup of G. We know the definition. This is the necessary and sufficient condition for a subgroup. If A comma B belongs to H, AB inverse also belongs to H. So instead of H, what we have taken here as? We have taken here as Nm, and we have proved here it is a subgroup of G. Let us take one more theorem. If H is a subgroup and n is a normal subgroup of G, then H intersection n is a normal subgroup of G. Here H is simply a subgroup and n is normal subgroup, and their intersection is again a normal subgroup. Since here H and n are subgroups, because here n is a normal subgroup means it is also a subgroup. After that only it is a normal subgroup. So then this implies here, because here H and n are subgroups, their intersection is again a subgroup of G. And also since H intersection n is contained in H, because intersection means it contained in both H and n, so it is contained in H. This implies H intersection n is a subgroup of H. And also let G belongs to H and n belongs to H intersection n be R. But let us take two elements here. One element which belongs to H and one more element which belongs to H intersection n. Now this implies here n belongs to H intersection n means n is an element of H and n is an element of n also. This implies n belongs to H and n belongs to n. Since here H is a subset of G and G is an element of H, this implies here G is also belongs to G, because here all the elements of H are in G and this small g is an element of H. So this implies here this G is also an element of this capital G, and for n belongs to n we have Gn G inverse belongs to n, because n is a normal subgroup of G. It is given here from the definition of a normal subgroup. We know here if G belongs to G and n belongs to n, G and G inverse is also belongs to n. Take this one as equation number 1. And also for here it is, we know here n belongs to H and G belongs to H. So this implies what here? This implies here n into G inverse is belongs to H. Just now we proved in previous theorem, if A comma B belongs to H, then AB inverse belongs to H. So n into G inverse is also belongs to H. This is the again necessary and sufficient condition of a subgroup here. So and one more, G belongs to H and this one Ng inverse belongs to H. Then this implies here Gn G inverse is also belongs to H. Again it is like if A belongs to H and B belongs to H, and their product A into B is also belongs to H, because it is a subgroup. So it is just a closure property. So Gn G inverse also belongs to H. So and from these two equations, from equation 1 and 2, Gn G inverse belongs to n and Gn G inverse belongs to H. So it means what? It means it also belongs to their intersection, n intersection H. So from equations 1 and 2, Gn G inverse belongs to H intersection n for all G belongs to H and for all n belongs to H intersection n. Hence what this implies here? This implies here this H intersection n is a normal subgroup of H. So what this implies here? If H is a subgroup of n, if H is a subgroup and n is a normal subgroup of G, then their intersection H intersection n is a normal subgroup. So that is here if one is group and another is normal subgroup, and their intersection is again a normal subgroup. So this is the proof of this theorem.